Your mission is to find out if Pixel 7 is a good deal in 2024 or not. I'm on it.
It's that time of year again. New Pixel phones are out and older models are going for a good price. If you have got the budget, you might get the latest and greatest, but you are willing to save some cash, then this is the right video for you. So just for you, we have checked whether Pixel 7 is a great deal in 2024 or not. I've been getting a lot of questions about Pixel 7's overheating issues, battery life, and performance. First up is the battery performance. The Pixel 7 doesn't have the largest battery, and while that might sound a bit modest, Google's optimization helps make the most of it. In my day-to-day usage, I easily get through a full day. I usually start my day around 7 a.m. and by 8 p.m., I still have about 20-25% battery left. If I'm using my phone heavily, like watching lots of videos, it might only last until around 5 or 6 p.m. But I can still activate the extreme battery saver and make it through the day. I generally get between 4.5 and 6 hours of screen on time. My watch stays connected via Bluetooth and I use it with work profile, switching between Wi-Fi and phone data. So if you use it wisely, Pixel 7's battery shouldn't be too much of a hassle. It won't give you that 2-day battery backup that you might get with some OnePlus phones on casual use, but it's manageable with a bit of planning. And this might help you. I found that my phone's battery lasts the longest when I charge it overnight with adaptive charging enabled. Well, I'm already working on a video with battery saving tips on Pixel phones. Please subscribe if you don't want to miss out all the future updates. Now let's talk about the performance. As for the Pixel 7, it handles everything smoothly. You won't experience any noticeable lag or jitters. The 90Hz display refresh rate is a big improvement over the old 60Hz, making everything feel much more fluid and seamless. That said, Pixel chip isn't quite on par with some flagship processors. It's more of an average chip with a bit of Google's magic to make things work well. There aren't major overheating issues, but the phone does get warm if you are using it heavily for a couple of hours or playing games. I tested the 4K camera recording for 20 minutes and it didn't overheat or drop in quality. However, Pixel phones tends to warm up more than some other phones available in the market. And if you are in a hotter climate like northern India, it might be something to consider. Personally, I don't see much difference between the Tensor G2, G3 and the latest Tensor G4 chip in Pixel 9. If you're looking for a significant upgrade, you might want to wait for the Tensor G5 chip, which will be TSMC based and will debut with Pixel 10. But there are a couple of things about this phone that I find annoying. For one, the fingerprint sensor is pretty slow. Since it's an optical sensor, it needs light to work, and in low light, it can be tough to unlock the phone. The face unlock feature also doesn't work well for me. I usually have my watch nearby or on my wrist, so I rely on extended lock feature to keep my phone unlocked most of the time. Another issue is the slow charging. I have to make sure I charge my phone overnight because if I miss that, I struggle to get it 100% the next day. I often end up taking it off the charger and putting it back on 2 to 3 times to get a partial charge. But let's be real. Pixel phones aren't about those smaller issues that I mentioned. The main focus is on the camera and the software. And on that front, the Pixel 7 shines. The camera is outstanding. You get those classic Pixel perks. Sharp, contrasty, color-accurate shots with a bit of computational magic to smooth out any rough edges and get close to perfect. Sure, it takes a few seconds to process each shot, but that's become part of the Pixel experience. If I had to rate camera features, I'd put night mode and primary lens photos at the top. And when it comes to video, the video quality is good, but not exceptional. And selfies and portrait shots are decent, but not extraordinary. However, you can always tweak and enhance your photos in Google Photos, using features like shadow adjustments, portrait light to make them look great before sharing. Yeah, it's all about software and optimization when we talk about Pixel phones. But let me tell you, software actually is a huge part that makes Pixel experience great. Sure, Android is Google's domain, so you get all the latest update first. You keep on getting updates monthly. But you know what? I really felt the difference when I was using the Moto Edge 50 Pro, which hadn't received an update in months. It was super frustrating to be stuck with bugs without any fixes, as no one was actually there to resolve them. I'll talk more in my long-term video of Moto Edge 50 Pro. And coming back to the software perks, one of my favorite feature is the live transcribe. It's fantastic for converting speech to text, making it super easy to jot down notes or write scripts without any hassle. Then there's Now Playing feature, which helps me identify songs on the spot and keeps track of them so I can listen later. I also use Magic Eraser and Portrait Light all the time to tweak my photos and make them look their best. Plus, the new Magic Editor, of course, added last month, is a fun and creative tool to play around with. And let me tell you, you'll get most of the features from Google Pixel 8 and Google Pixel 9 into Google Pixel 7 and some older phones, maybe 1 year down the line. So with Android 15 coming soon and Android 16 next year, you'll get all the latest features and security updates till 2027 October. And all this at what price? Right now, you can find it on Flipkart for around 32,999. With some card offers and a decent exchange on your old phone, you could get it for around 25,000 or less, which is a solid deal. And you never know, in Big Billion Day sale, you might even get more discounts, and this can cost you around 20 to 25,000. And in this price segment, Pixel 7 is much better than other phones. It is a great deal. But I have a tip for you. While Google continues to improve their phones and processors, you can make most of your time with Pixel 7. And still next year or next to next year, you'll get a good exchange discount, which will again help you to buy the latest and the greatest Pixel phone. That's it for now. See you in the next video.